The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised. Peace be unto you. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. Welcome to Liberated Sisters, recording live right here at Morris Media Studios. We have an exciting show for you today. That's right, our guest, the Push Crew official Push Crew. We're talking about the mighty Fruit of Islam from the Western Region, Muhammad Mosque number 27, Compton Mosque number 54. We're going to be talking about the Final Call newspaper. We will be bringing that to you right after we have Brother Jesse Muhammad with the Farrakhan Factor. And again, our topic, God will send saviors. They're falling in. I love it. The gods are here.
That's right.
Tell somebody. Log on, MorrisMediaLive.com. I'm also streaming right here on my Facebook page. But first, the Justice Report. In today's Justice Report out of the Final Call newspaper, this cover image, I got to say, Brother Tim, Brother Eli, all of you in Final Call production, the sisters there, thank you so much, Final Call staff. Look at this cover story. It paints the picture well. Toxic black snow endangers poor black people. That's our cover story. Burning sugarcane fields to make harvesting easier brings health hazards to those who live nearby. This, according to attorneys, activists, and residents. This story is written by J.S. Adams, Final Call contributing writer. I want to call your attention also to a story by Brother Barrington Salmon, A Troubled Police Force and Hope for Change. For more than 50 years, the Baltimore Police Department has earned the reputation as a tough, bruising force that leveled most of its rough treatment and casual cruelty on Charm City's black residents. I want you to stay focused on that Final Call cover right there. Get this. You can subscribe online at finalcall.com. You can get the digital edition right at your door. Right on your mobile device, but of course you can get it at your door. Also, black judge. I'm not sure. I'm gonna need the gallery to cut the phones off. We got the FOY in here, y'all. Look, it's thick. Right. We got an in-studio audience. It's exciting. Continue with the Justice Report. Black judge targeted. Supporters say pending jail sentence aims to punish and silence a black official. I want to go into this a little bit before we bring Brother Jesse on with the Farrakhan Factor. Stacey Brown, NNPA Newswire correspondent, writes that in Cincinnati, the third largest city in Ohio, there is a judge, Tracy Hunter, that is being targeted for removal, and her pending sentence is aimed at punishing and silencing her. I will tell you what she's being punished for, but I want you to go and read it at finalcall.com. But just the notion, a black judge, there's a photograph there. She's got a lot of supporters, and they're not letting it go down. Also, I wrote a story myself, Stop Terrorizing Immigrant Communities, Imprisoning Children. Activists and protesters want federal child detention centers shut down. This is at the U.S.-Mexican border and other border sites, the conditions are atrocious. And I also want to call attention to another story. Let me find it here. Earthquakes. Did y'all feel those earthquakes in California?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you check
Yes,
on your family in California? We had a 6.4 on July 4th as America celebrated her independence. We were celebrating the coming of Master Father Muhammad in person.
That's right.
To allow God to make us free and independent. And also on July 5th, there was a 7.1 magnitude earthquake. These earthquakes were very significant. What we found out, according to the U.S. Navy, is that these earthquake knocks out, they made non-missionable the U.S. Navy, the largest land-holding Navy site in the country.
That's right.
Okay? And so not only that, 10 years ago in 99, a 7.1 hit the same area, but it struck primarily 29 Palms. That's the largest Marine Corps base, okay? So we have to really go and look at that. That article is at finalcall.com. I will leave it there. That's the Justice Report. We're going to now have the Farrakhan Factor with Brother Jesse Muhammad.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll fight you.
For my brothers, we can go to war. Fighting for my father, I will give my life for. I feel so alone.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jesse.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. All praise is due to Allah. How are you, my sister?
Oh, my God, I'm doing good. I got my brother on the phone with us, and we have a studio full of FOI, Brother Jesse.
Right,
your brothers are here, the push crew.
Praise be to Allah. The push crew, the soldiers, the true traffickers of the Nation of Islam.
Come on.
All praise is due to Allah.
That's right. Let's have the Farrakhan Factor, sir.
You know, I wanted to share something with the listening audience, and in particular to all of the FOI soldiers that are in studio, that are listening by phone, who are sacrificing to be the little messengers in the street every single week with the Final Call newspaper, and going out and following the instructions of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to go into the throes of the most violent areas in our city and working to make them decent and safe places to live. I have a testimony that I hope from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that will inspire us even more to increase in our work, as we're seeing the rain, the hail, the snow, the earthquake is definitely picking up. And we know that we have to work while it's day, because soon there will be a time where all of this will have to come to a halt. However, here in Houston, approximately over 4.5 years now, myself, Brother Linton, Brother Chad, Brother Byron, and other brothers, we went and started working in this area of Southeast Houston, particularly targeting the Wilmington and Scott corner, because we found out, Sister Charlene, that this corner was reported by the Houston Chronicle a few years back was the 6th most violent corner in America, right in our backyard. So we followed the instructions of the minister and started working in that area, and Allah has blessed us to turn those who were drug dealers into chess players now. We turned those who were carrying guns to now looking to carry the Final Call newspaper, and it has definitely been blessed to transform in a way that only by following the pedagogy, the blueprint, and the way of the minister has caused us to be successful. But this August will mark 2 years since Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, Texas. During that time period, myself and Brother Linton and Brother Byron, we were actually in Atlanta, if you remember, Sister Charlene, for the family summit when the minister spoke out there. And we got stranded in Atlanta for nearly 2 weeks, separate from our families. But Allah covered our families and protected them. Along with that, while we were in Atlanta, we called back to check on our family in the Southeast Houston area where we've been going door to door, particularly at the Kings Row Apartments. And it was flooded up and down the streets in that area, so we wanted to know, was our people all right? See, and many of us think that our truth trafficking work, our resurrection work just stops on the corners. We don't know how much time FOI and MGT put into calling our people on a regular basis and seeing them outside of us just distributing the Final Call newspaper. So we was calling them, texting them to see how they were doing, and they told us that the Kings Row Apartments wasn't even touched, that they only had a few apartments that had a little leak, but it didn't even flood over there.
Wow.
But it was flooding all around it. So when I was blessed to talk with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, one of the first thing he asked me was, how is my Kings Row family? That's because he has been getting reports from myself about the work we've been doing in that area, so he calls them his Kings Row family. That's how much getting in the streets is important to the minister.
That's right.
And when I shared with him that the area didn't even get touched, they didn't lose anything, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan dictated these words for me to go back and share with those residents when we went back out door to door a few weeks later. He said, you tell the people that because they invited you all into their community to do the good work you're doing on my behalf, that's the reason the death angel passed over that area.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
I'm going to say it one more time.
Go ahead.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan stated to me in my ear on the phone that you tell the people because they invited you all into their community to do the good work that you've been doing on my behalf, that's the reason the death angel passed over Kings Row.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
And
Praise
when
be
we
to
went,
Allah.
all praise is due to Allah. And when we went back door to door, and we told the street soldiers, the so-called gangbangers, what the minister said, one young brother was saying, he said, I knew God was protecting us for a reason. He said, it was because of y'all, man.
Wow.
And he said, that was strange. He said, I knew we should have got hit hard because it was flooded all around them.
Wow.
So I'm passing that on to the Sentinels. All orders
That's right.
from the commanding officer, the officer of the day, and the directly commissioned officer of the guard, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan.
That's
Brothers,
right.
do not take it lightly, the work that we're doing in these streets,
Yes, sir.
because we have no idea how it's going to protect us and how it will protect our people when these calamities continue to strike in our areas. So may Allah continue to bless, protect, and strengthen all of the push crew,
Come on.
all of the street soldiers who are braving, whether it's an earthquake, snow, dire heat, rain, whatever it may be. May Allah continue to bless you all. You all inspire me. And let's keep on increasing and doing this work because the true trafficking continues.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Jesse, thank you so much for that awesome testimony. And they heard you loud and clear. It warms my heart to be able to know that people are out. And as the minister said, you are not paper boys. God
That's
will
right.
send saviors, you know. So I appreciate that Farrakhan factor. And look, I'm from Houston/Louisiana, and I know just the area you're talking about. So thank Allah that you all are pushing out there. And we'll see you next week on the Farrakhan factor.
Yes, man. Inshallah. Thank you all.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
We're going to be coming up with the brothers in the bow tie, the push crew, official push crew, FOI, talking about their experiences, what it means to carry this paper, give us their interactions with you and how you receive them and what this has done for them. We're going to take your calls starting after the 10:30 mark if you want to talk about your own experience pushing this great word of God. The number to call is 323 323-3375, 323-293-3375. But right now, I want to just shore up what Brother Jesse said in the Farrakhan Factor from the man of God himself, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, on Brother Munir Muhammad's show, Muhammad and Friends.
The next thing is, can you make your community a safe place to live and a decent place to live with the same white supremacist education that our children have to suffer under? No. So it's going to mean we have to take over the education that our children are being miseducated by. That's not no little weak thing to do. When you start cleaning up your community, the rogue cops will come right into view. You cannot clean this community up if the rogue cops are making money from the drugs, keeping the gang conflicts going, trafficking in our women and girls. 10,000 fearless men. Because we're going to have to challenge the things that are destroying our community. Wow. So this ain't no punk time. This ain't no temple time, mosque time, or church time. All the singing and shouting and preaching is over. Get in them streets now. Block by block. We're going to have to clean it up. Some of us may die doing it. Some of us may go to jail doing it. But if we attempt to do it soon, our community will be just like the Chinese community. Go down to Chinatown and see what goes on there. Who runs the community? Who educates Chinese children? Who are the business people that set up business in the Chinese community? You can't go there and set up no business. Who polices the Chinese community? It's a free community. It's separate, but it's independent. What kind of community we got? Look at the Jewish community. Look at the Polish, the Italian, the Greek community. Set up their businesses, they own their community. We are so far behind with all this purchasing power. Yeah. Somebody got to teach us, somebody got to show us, and then we got to put the bodies in the street. I don't care. Now, this is airtime, see? This is like the cowardly drone fellas. Mm-hmm. That sit in a room and maneuver bombs, killing innocent people. The airwaves is not enough. The television screen is not enough. You got to put boots on the ground who are trained and are willing to make the sacrifice of life itself to see our community made a decent place to live.
Hey, you heard it there, and now we're going to turn to some of the men that make that happen. I want to throw the mic to Brother James 8 Muhammad, and he's going to introduce the first crew of official Push Crew members, and they're going to just take it away. I want you to talk about, Brother James, the experience, how you feel carrying this paper. What's the engagement like with the people? Just bring us to the streets. And assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sister Charlene.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Praise be to Allah.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to Liberated Sis. Man, the studio looks great. You got a studio
lit.
audience. Y'all can talk. Y'all can clap, whatever. I don't know.
Push Crew official. We in the building.
Yeah.
FOI. Well, we here, West Coast.
Yeah. So who do you have here in the chairs right now? And we'll rotate the chairs.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You know, Push Crew official, we roll. FOI, we roll. To my left, sitting next to me, Brother Darren X. You know, he Push Crew official. You know, he's in charge of the stick and move on every corner.
All right,
we move around the city. Next, we have student Captain William right here, our training captain right here. You know, he teaches and trains brothers how to get in that field and make it happen. And he's one of our best out here.
Praise.
I mean, he's teaching and training brothers how to push, whether it's L.A. Live to Hollywood to at the Slauson Swap meet,
That's
door
right.
to door.
Out of Mosque number 54, Compton. That's right.
Come on.
So, how did y'all come up? Well, let's just talk about first the name Official Push Crew.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you come up with that name?
Well, that name started with the student officers at Muhammad Mosque 27. We would sit at our round table and we used to say, hey, you know what? We need to start recording some of our pushes and start inspiring the brothers to get out here and push. So we threw the idea around for years, 3-4 years, you know, during our meeting. And one of our new brothers, you know, that graduated from college, you know, have his degrees. He works with students, and he's very good on the technical side of the computers, Brother Brandon X. Mm-hmm. So he took the idea. And right before Savior's Day last year, I went to Brandon and I said, Brandon, we need to come out with a push crew Facebook. We need to make this happen. We need to make it flesh.
Got it.
So Brother Brandon, he made it happen for us. You know, he put it all together and it was done. And when I looked at it, it said Push Crew Styles at first. It was just Push Crew Styles. And I loved the idea. I loved the concept. And I said to myself, Brother Brandon, we are official out here. You know, we out here making it move. We doing this. Push Crew Official. So he changed the name to Push Crew Official, and as soon as we put it on Facebook, it just started blowing.
Wow.
You know, people start adding on, and I thank Brother Brandon for that. But it was a general idea and a consensus of the brothers in the mosque, you know, our student officers.
That's right.
And we bounced this idea around. Yes, ma'am.
That's right. And shout out to our brother, regional student captain Halim Muhammad.
Come on, give it up to Halim, student regional captain Halim Muhammad. He's a workhorse.
Yeah.
You know, he firmly believes in a push.
Yes, sir.
You know, he believes in getting those papers in the brothers' hands and getting them to the streets, Sister Charlene.
Yes,
and
sir.
making it happen.
That's
so
right.
we thank Allah for student Captain Halim. You know, that workhorse, the man that's in charge of the military in the West.
Yes, sir.
And we also give a major shout out to Abdul Malik.
That's right.
Sahid Muhammad, our student regional minister. You know, Peace Rides is official.
Come on.
We had a shout out to Brother Jesse because we had Abdul Halim out here that participated in the Peace Ride with Abdul Malik. You know, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, we love that brother, and that's a part of Push Crew. You know, we out here getting these streets going. So that's how it came about. But Push Crew been going. You know, it been going since the beginning of the first paper.
Okay.
You know,
Muhammad speaks. Come on.
Muhammad speaks. You know, in the 1960s. You know, it started way back in 1934. You know, with the final call to Islam. You know, it was a Push Crew then. You know, but what we want to do is bring the spirit back to life because we feel like our ancestors still lived in us. Mm-hmm. Those that carried that paper before us that are no longer in this physical world, Charlene, that are with our ancestors. So we embody their spirit, and we just get out there and we just let them work through us. You know, we let the God work through us.
My God, brother student Lieutenant Khalil Muhammad, our pioneer that just made his transition back.
Come on, that's
my God.
A great man. 1,000 papers, issue. You know, that's a Push Crew Hall of Famer to us. You know, I mean, I was thinking to myself, if I could give an award for Savior's Day or the Push Crew can ever give award, it would be that Khalil Muhammad award. You know, that pioneer that made it happen, and we stand on that brother's shoulders. You know, 1,000 papers. You know, he meant this.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
he
right.
He really meant this. And we loved that brother, even though we was way out here in the West Coast. You know, we drew from his inspiration. You know, we draw inspiration from great pushers.
Yeah.
You know, it don't matter what city you from. If you my brother AX out of Chi-Town,
come on.
You know, brother Salam, you know, out of Detroit. You know, if you had the Compton Push Crew.
That's
you
right.
know, out there in Antelope Valley. You know, we draw from the great pushers.
That's right. This is an international nation of Islam. And brother Eric Toure Muhammad, one of our writers out of Atlanta, he said we're a brotherhood, not a hood of brothers.
Come on.
Shout out, brother Eric. So tell me, as you begin to just introduce and help me with the dialogue with the brothers, how does it feel carrying this paper and literally you're hand-to-hand combat with our people on the streets?
Oh, that's a beautiful question, and I feel, in my heart personally, this is my opinion, when I carry that paper out to the people, I really feel like a savior. You know, I really feel like if we read something to a brother out of this paper, if he just see this cover, you know, that can stop a drive-by. It'll change the condition of a brother's heart. Jesus. You know, I mean, it's like it's a beautiful experience. Like what we tell brothers is this: we believe, and this is one of our reasons. And you know, when we out there pushing, we feel like on the day of judgment, those who push through deeds are low and light. You're gonna have a problem with Allah. Those who push through deeds are heavy. You know, it'll be weighed in the balance. You know, your final call, pushing and sales will be laid in the balance. You know, how many people did you take this word to? You know, on that day of judgment, when those two angels are with you, you know, the one that's recording your deeds and the other one that's pleading your case. Come on. You know, when your final call deeds hit the scale and you get weighed, you know, how would your final calls look? You know, how many people did you touch with this word while you was on this planet? You know, that's how we look at it. This is more than just getting the numbers up and being commercial with the paper. That's right. You know, we really taking it to the spirit. We taking it to the jugular vein. We taking it block to block. We out here in the low bottoms. Come on. Captain Will, we on the west side. You know, we like Star Trek with the push crew. We gonna boldly go where no man have gone before. You know, we push where people can't go.
That's right.
You know, from ground zero to Hollywood. Oh my God. You know, we out there.
You see why this is our student first officer. Right. I didn't say that. We're gonna transition. We're gonna go on to Brother Darren and Brother Wilson. We can bring some more in, but there's a very important announcement we got to make, and I know you brothers are going to appreciate this. Let's bring in. I think we have Sister Sabira Muhammad on the phone. You may know her as Sister Connie out of Atlanta, Georgia Protocol.
Wow.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, my sister. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well by Allah's grace and mercy.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. I asked her to come on because our great brother, our beloved pioneer, Brother Sijo Steve Muhammad, is celebrating 50 years. If we could show the flyer, I want you to announce it, Sister Sabira, please. Brother Sabir is celebrating a living legend.
Right.
With
yes,
us.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on
call
today to talk about this living legend, a tribute to this living legend.
Yes,
of course it is for the Sijo Steve Muhammad. You know, Los Angeles is our stomping ground.
That's right.
Come on.
Our training came out from the West Coast. So we have dual
there it is.
That's right. Here in Atlanta as well as Mosque number 27 in Los Angeles. So we are very, very grateful and thankful for the training that we have received there on the West Coast, and now we're transferring that right here in the South.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
That's right.
But anyway.
Look at him.
Yes, on Friday, July the 19th, we're going to be celebrating Joseph C. Muhammad's first annual Fight Like a God International Tournament.
Okay, Sister Sabira, pardon my interruption, can you speak up a little louder? Pardon me. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. On Friday, July the 19th, we're going to be celebrating the first annual Sijo C. Muhammad International Fight Like a God Championship Tournament right here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Atlanta Hilton Hotel. It's a 2-day event. So, of course, on that night, Friday night, we have martial artists, we have schools from all around the country that is going to be coming into Atlanta to show their love and respect for Brother Sijo on that night to participate in this tournament. So we're very excited about that. So if you all on the West Coast want to take a jet, your own private jet, come on down, be a part of it, we would love it. Absolutely. And also on,
No, go ahead, sister.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And then I was going to say on that Saturday, leading after we finish the tournament honoring him, we're going to have a black tie testimonial dinner at the Hilton as well. And that will consist of a VIP reception. It's going to be a VIP reception. Then we will proceed from there for dinner. Then we'll have entertainment. Then we're going to have a introduction of the Black Karate Federation Hall of Fame, Ancient Alpha Warrior ceremony. It's going to take place for the Black Karate Federation on that night. So all of the martial artists, doesn't matter what style, what science you're coming from, you can be a part of and be inducted into the Black Karate Federation Hall of Fame Ancient Alpha Warrior ceremony.
Ancient Alpha Warrior. Thank you so much.
Ancient Alpha Warrior.
Thank you so much, Sister Zabira. I have given the website out, and thank you so much. And inshallah, you all have a great time, okay? And greetings to Brother Sijo and the family.
Absolutely. Thank you, my sister. You all stay strong and keep doing the great work that you're doing.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. Had to get that in. Let's move now to Brother Darren. I want to bring as many that we can to talk about their experience, and we have another 25 minutes. It's hours. I think I was going to show something from the minister. Maybe we can squeeze that in.
Yes.
We don't squeeze the minister in. It's images. But go ahead, Brother Darren.
Oh, long praises to it. Thank you for inviting me. I would like to just say, the early days of Push Crew, as our brother first officer said, it kind of goes well beyond, the time frame in which we see it, because we're standing on the shoulders, as I said in men's class last night, on legendary brothers, men that pushed this program, like the our blessed Master Farah Muhammad, who went door to door. He was actually an original Push Crew. That's the original. So we're standing on these shoulders. So I take it in full effect, and I do not take it for granted the position that Allah has blessed us as men in the FOI to do when we push this program. The Push Crew concept that formulated when I first fell in the ranks was stimulated from that. I said, I can't let these soldiers down, like our brother that went into transitions, these brothers that were out there with thousands of papers doing it on a regular. So I said, I can't be the next generation that they pass a baton to let it down.
That's right.
I got to keep the spirit up. So that's the Push Crew motor that inspired me to continue to do. The stick and move was a technique of this Push Crew concept, meaning it was to go to every block that I could. LA, like a lot of urban cities, have so many areas that we try to cover. A lot of us that are born in these hoods and cities, we know that there are the demographics spread throughout our cities in many places. So you can't get everywhere, but you want to try to. So I'd always say, well, hey, I'm going to go to this corner. I would take my squad out. We would stay on this corner for about 20, 30 minutes, and then we go to another corner. We'd push there for about 30 minutes, an hour, and then we go to another corner. This concept, stick and move, helped us to be seen all over the city. It brought people to a point where they would see me in traffic somewhere and say, man, I remember seeing you over there on Main Street, or you was over there on that street or this avenue. Well, this helped to bring the atmosphere all over the various cities. We want to bring this message to everyone. And I want to say this. It's kind of like an old Christian song I think I heard back in the day about we need to get into this house because it's going to rain. So I take that for what that means. We have to get this message out because it's about to rain. Destruction is about to come.
Yes, sir.
And it's put on us to go ahead and put this information to as many people as we can touch, no matter if you think they read it or not. When you put it in their hand, you best to believe, like the word said, God's word doesn't go out void. I don't care. Once they look at it, bam. It's already there. Allah gave them a warning before destruction.
That's right.
So our job is just, man, I place it in your hand, bro. I would love for you to read that. It's filled with all kinds of beautiful things, if you would be willing to open up your mind. And once you set it in the hand, it's on Allah right there to continue to touch them to go further into it. I can't really go too much further. I just enjoy what I do. I'm always trying to push my brothers and teach them what I know, about pushing this program, because it is an obligation. This is what we all signed up for when we came into this.
That's right.
So I want to be known when I'm past and gone, that generation said, hey, there was a brother Darren, man, he went out there, he was Push Crew original. He went out there and did this and did that. That's what I want to be known for. So I consider it an honor, not just a privilege, an honor to get out here and push this Final Call program.
You're well on your way.
Push the name of the push crew.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you for that effort, brother. Hey, and I just want y'all to know Facebook is tripping, it's freezing. But everyone, MorrisMediaLive.com. MorrisMediaLive.com. We broadcast and stream live there. I just also happen to put it on my page.
Come on.
Brother Captain Will, Student
That's
Captain
him.
Will
That's
Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum again.
Ma'am.
Wow. So the feeling you get when you take that hand, you stretch that hand out to the person that you're giving the paper to,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
is that in exchange like, and what has been the biggest impact it has had on you carrying the Final Call?
Well, it definitely feeds your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Being out there amongst the people. I like to first
Wow.
start off by thanking Allah who came to us in the person of Master Prophet
Yes.
Muhammad.
Indeed.
For the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the exalted Christ, and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Jesus in our midst,
Yeah,
who I can
absolutely.
bear witness.
All day.
No doubt.
Yes.
Growing up in these streets and being able to be blessed to come into this mighty nation of Islam and get an opportunity to be considered to be a little helper.
That's right. We're helpers.
But, and I also like to thank our hard driving student regional minister and student regional captain.
That's
and
right.
the brotherhood and the sisterhood, and it's just a blessed opportunity being out there in the streets, in the community with the Final Call newspaper. Our people need to see us on a regular basis. They need that,
Yes.
Our people go through so much, that not being out there with that Final Call newspaper, we would never know.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm kind of coming off the top of the head, but it just made me think of something, and it's always a blessing to push, as a messenger say, we should always go with a brother. Sometimes you have to go out there and make it happen with your bundle, with your papers.
Right.
But I just want to talk about a situation that just came to my mind. Brother First and myself, we were over at the Slauson Swap Meet. A brother from one of the community street organizations. This brother and Brother First will bear me witness. He I'm gonna say pulled up on us, as the youngsters say. He pulled up on us at the swap meet, and he said, "Man, Brother Will, I came up here, man, because I know I could find you or one of the brothers to talk to."
That's right.
He said, "Man, I'm having a little issue with my baby's mama and her and this new individual that's in her life, and I'm ready to go there."
Yes.
And
That's
Brother
right.
First and I talked to the brother, and we even had a Muslim prayer right there on the
spot.
route, on the spot
On
with
the
the
spot.
brother.
Right.
The brother thanked us. He hugged us. He said, "Man, I feel a lot better now."
Right,
And this
that's
is a
right.
brother that'll go.
Yes.
Wow.
So all praises due to Allah. Those,
Right.
that's just one of many testimonies,
One of
and
many.
that just came to the top of my head.
Yeah.
Of our importance being out there for the youth, the children in the community. When we go through the projects, Nixon Gardens, the Jordan Downs, Imperial Courts.
Wow.
When we out here in these communities, these young brothers and sisters, they see death and destruction every day. They see drug sales every day. They see prostitutes. They see, so we're in righteous competition. Well, it's the other side is irrighteous, but
That's right.
we're in competition to a degree with that visual example. When they see the FOI come through, pushing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, with that mighty Final Call newspaper, instead of that young brother seeing the homie that's balling, that's pulling up, and he only sees that one
Wow.
example, or he sees the, maybe, the homie that's that's embracing that culture, or embracing, the hood, it gives him an alternative to
Yes.
look at. And when he see us, when we line up, and our student regional captain, our first officer, one of those that is pushing the men through the community, and we're drilling and we hollering out Farrakhan,
Come on, brother, come on.
and the people start coming out.
Yeah.
Last time we was in the Nickerson Gardens projects pushing, one of the brothers that was assigned to Brother Nipsey, may Allah be pleased with him,
Yes,
label.
sir. Peace be upon him.
The brother was on one of these streets, and we split up. One we had about 12, 13 FOI go down one block, we hit down another block. So while we pushing the final call and teaching on one block, all praises due to Allah, our pictures, we on another block. So the brother that signed to All Money In, he's from the Nickerson. Nipsey signed one of the brothers from that blood community.
Yes.
So we over at the Nickerson Gardens, the brother took pictures with him. He was like, "Damn, man, I see y'all." Excuse my language. I see y'all over when y'all was at the funeral. Y'all was over in the Crenshaw district. Yeah. Man, y'all everywhere. All praises due to Allah.
That's right.
You
that's
know,
right.
Then we out pushing 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. We bump in Pac-Man, another brother signed the Nipsey label.
Right.
You know, he coming out of the Playhouse.
Wow.
Way up in Hollywood. And in closing, I don't want to take too long. One of my things that I've always liked to do from the direction, and we stand on the backs of many of our great veteran brothers, you know, who inspired and motivated us to get out, starting like Brother First summed it up all the way back to day one with Master Muhammad and the Christ and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know, and all of those great men, our Supreme Captain, Brother National Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad, all of our beautiful brothers in the nation.
That's right.
You know, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I believe, when he put us back out in the street and gave us an order to go back out in the street.
Get out there.
You know, man, it's so much work. It's so much to be done in our communities.
Yes, sir.
And I want to close on this. Allah has blessed us on the east side, and we're working all over. But we started once a month. And we tried to ease it in with the brothers like, hey, man, we're just going to come together once a month to discuss the topics of what's going on from street organization, from neighborhood to neighborhood, where we could help. And the concept that we're using is like a lot of times when we come in, we've learned from our experience. You know, we come in and we to some of these meetings and we preach. So what we're doing under the direction of our student regional minister, you know, we're sitting in and we're listening as a collective body and getting their input. That way, because, you know, we deal with a lot of egos. Some of these brothers are shot callers and they got 100, 200 men. You know, some of them come from big neighborhoods.
They're generals themselves.
You know, but so to deal with that and to be able to get everybody's buy-in and support. You know, we have these roundtable meetings. We have a meal for the brothers at the end of every meeting.
Wonderful.
You know, we have bean pies that we slice up. We have cold water and refreshments for the brothers.
Oh my God, look at that.
You know, so that you know, and the brothers so the brothers told us, say, well, hey, we think we should meet twice a week, at least twice a month, because so much goes on in these hoods. The brothers are telling us, and we would, you know,
they called for it.
They called for it. But we started off because we were respecting everybody's schedule and time and everything that we have to do with our meetings and everything, our families, our business.
Yes, sir.
So, but the meetings are really a lot of stuff has been able to be taken care of. A lot of communication, where we have a communication where if anything happens, you know, and we're working from the low bottoms, from where Brother First grew up, from the low bottoms of 20 Outlaws. We working all the way from that, all the way to Watts. And what we're encouraging and what we're trying to inspire within the brothers from the ranks, as well as the brothers from the street organizations and the brothers from the intervention programs, is everybody be responsible for your section. Do your work in your section. You know, instead of going all over the place and say, I want to go to 1,000 places. Okay, where you grew up at? Okay, if you grew up here and you with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know, you should have some type of, you know, input in your community or in your neighborhood where you grew up at. You understand what I'm saying? So we're working in our communities in our neighborhoods,
Yes.
going back with the program, going back trying to bring awareness, trying to bring life to these brothers. And you know, our meeting will be this Thursday at 5:30.
Okay.
The address is 7625 South Central.
That's right.
We meeting at the old JJC building on Central. You know, some of the brothers that are there in the meetings actually got sentenced.
Right there.
Now we right there, and the room that we meeting in is one of the courtrooms.
Oh my God!
But it's been
You can't make it up.
it's been
You can't-
revamped,
you
and
can't
the
make it
same
up.
brothers that were once sentenced there for different different cases on each other now are sitting at the table.
Wow.
You know, and sitting with a ceasefire.
Yeah.
You know, discussion.
Yeah.
You know, and
I want to do this.
Go ahead,
This is so inspirational. I want you got to come back. But we're not going. I want to do this, brother student captain Will. I want to, because what you're saying is giving me the image of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan himself leading the men into the street, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
as you're talking about this, I'm compelled to play it. And while
on,
we do that,
we need
we're going to
this.
come back
We need this.
with more of what he's saying and an image that you all got to have,
We need
okay?
this.
Come on,
So
give it to us.
Here's,
we need this.
let's see, I think it's this clip of the minister, "Our work is in the streets."
Come on.
Is
on.
that okay, brother student captain?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we got the inspiration.
told you. Okay, I wanted y'all tall. You can't really see the push crew because we're not going to get in. Oh, there they go. All right.
Official.
This is just a fraction of the push crew that's here with the FOI. I want to go back to, but those were images of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan himself leading the brothers in the streets, a real general. Brother Student Captain Will, I want you to finish your point, and then we're going to throw to Brother James, and we're going to see who do we have here with you all. And Brother Sherman, y'all know Brother Sherman, the great push crew photographer.
Tech.
That's right.
All of it, all around. He's over there. Brother Sherman, come on up here.
We at his house for the Pacquiao fight.
Here,
come on, we got it going on at his house.
That's right.
You know, we got to have our squabble game
Get
up
on
out
the
there.
camera. Give Brother Sherman some love. Give the drummer some. Okay, we have a few minutes. Brother Student Captain will continue with what you were saying. I just wanted to show that. You brought the minister to mind for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and by the way, MorrisMediaLive.com is where we're streaming live uninterrupted. MorrisMediaLive.com, although you're here on Facebook as well. It froze. MorrisMediaLive.com. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And you made me think of a cold picture that I saw. It's on Facebook with Jesus, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Come on.
Over at Brother Nipsey's store in the parking lot,
Right.
Yes,
and he got the E-team and the security staff and the brothers around the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and one of the brothers that's always up there at the Marathon store, the parking lot. He got the blue rag around his neck, but when but what I saw in that picture is that he recognized who the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is,
Yes, sir.
and it has a beautiful picture of him hugging the minister.
Oh, wow.
You know, and it's just that's to me that's scripture. That's Jesus being out and somebody that is from that lifestyle coming and recognizing and hugging like this is my savior right here. Although I might not be able to, I'm
gonna find that. I'm gonna find that picture because he was out there really hardcore the whole time. But you're right.
But
when I saw him, I said, "Is that him?" He just, oh my God,
man,
okay,
he melted.
Yeah, he did.
They know, man. Our people know who the man is.
And the minister comforted him and comforted them and comforted us. You know,
That's right.
I'm going to find that picture, Brother James.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let us know who, Student Lieutenant James, I'm sorry, Student First Officer, who is here. And brothers, I want you all to share your experience carrying this great paper and being, little saviors. Go ahead. I'm going to find the picture. Y'all pardon me because it's compelling.
It's compelling. And thank you, Sister Charlene. But before we kick this off, before we announce these mighty men behind us,
come on,
we would like to do something special. You see Sister Charlene right here.
Go ahead.
Come on, won that award from the Black Press of the Final Call #1 from her article dealing with suicide about the sisters. Sister Charlene is on the front line.
That's right.
During that time of the Nipsey Hussle situation, may the peace and blessings be upon him. Sister Charlene called late at night. It was shooting going on. It was wild out there. She was like, Brother James, I got to get out there. I got to go. I was like, Sister Charlene,
I did.
It's wild out there. I understand your calling, but we have to protect you. We'll start this campaign in the morning, which we did.
I was mad.
She formulated a beautiful story. We thank our sister here on the West Coast. But here we would like to present her with her official.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Sister Charlene, Liberated Sisters, official. With the Vanguard MGT on the front.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna flip it over on the back.
Certified final call.
Certified final call on the back.
That's right.
She's protected by the push crew, the FOI,
Come on.
the Jesus in our midst, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This is our push crew official member for life, Sister Charlene.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Best award ever.
Come on, give it up for Sister Charlene. Come on the front line. Risking her life. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Come on now. Allahu Akbar.
Thank you.
She's out there. She's covering every story.
Oh my gosh.
She makes it She makes it beautiful.
Mustafa, do not touch it either. My son takes all my sweatshirts and shirts.
He gonna lie that.
Okay, so tell us. We have, I think, 15 minutes. I don't know. She will let me know, but let's hear from the fruit.
This the fruit right here. You know, the brothers that's out there. You know, they taking their papers. They not complaining about it. They going to the people. They being saviors off the dribble. You know, off the rip, they're out there, you know, and they making it happen. You know, the pressure comes down from our student regional captain because he know what this paper is about.
Come on,
He's sending the men to the streets and say this is what had to happen. So first I would like to bring up.
Wait, look, let me just say this. You're right, because if you come to our mosque meetings, there's no parking. You got to really get there early, right? Because it's flooded wall to wall. Student Minister Abdul Malik is teaching hard. Right. A brother put a cone somewhere at the parking for me. I came back, it was gone. I said, Brother Cat, where's the parking? He said, we got to push.
Come on. They got to go push.
I'm not watching these parking spaces. But anyway, that was my little story.
Hey, that's it. Captain Charlene, the brother's got to push. You know, he going to make it happen.
But they're gone. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Come on, Sister Charlene. This is us. This is our place in perfect time.
That's right.
You know, so I would like to introduce first the brother that's carrying 300.
Whoa.
300 papers.
Who is that?
That's leading the push crew around the nation right now. You know, I'm going to give it up to Derek for real out there, Brother Ali, push crew official, state to state. But this man behind me, Brother Student Lieutenant Willie.
He's right
Where
here.
you at?
Okay, Brother Willie.
Right here. 300 papers.
Oh, wow,
you know, he went old school with it because that's what we hear. You know, at our FOI class, the Pride of 75 Soldiers, they took 300 papers. Where's y'all 300 papers at? And this man right here stepped up on the mark. Wow. You know, push crew official FOI, and he made it happen. Wow. So, Brother Willie, he's the man right here. We give it up to him.
Brother Willie, step up a little bit and tell us your experience with that.
Family.
Yes, sir.
If I live to be 200 years old,
go ahead.
I couldn't thank Allah enough for Master Farad Muhammad, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and our modern-day Christ, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and our sister Charlene for doing such a marvelous and working hard.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm like the baby in the family.
Wow.
Say.
Okay.
When I'm just returning back to the mosque,
go ahead,
and I consider myself the death angel. And what I mean by that is I'm murdering and killing all falsehood and lies.
Go
ahead. Death angel killing.
Come on. Look at that ignorance
now.
Come on.
I'm sort of like in my embryonic stage, if you will.
Come on.
Sister Charlene, I haven't really even begun to give birth to the God that's inside.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Wow. You do it like that.
It's a pleasure. And when I say this, it's a pleasure. I was invited one night to go and push with Brother First and our Captain Will, and it just blew me away how these brothers maneuvered and the teamwork that they displayed, and it really impressed upon me. And I just, from that, I stepped my game up in pushing this final call paper.
That's right.
And if you ever want to be successful from being hurt or whatever by any situation, this is how I do it. I mean, this is how I get even with this devil.
Come on, that's there.
By taking this final call paper and pushing it, putting it in the hands of our people.
Yes.
That's right.
So I ain't playing with this.
Come on, that's right.
I'm taking this real serious, and they can tell you.
You say you new to this, but you true to this.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Death
Brother
Angel
Willie.
in reverse.
That's Brother Willie.
All right, okay.
That's Brother Willie. You know, he gets it in.
Okay, let's hit the
next is a brother, you know, he pushes all around town. You know, he don't matter if it's a politician he run into, a superstar. You know, he can run into the President of the United States. He's going to be finding himself offering that person a final call newspaper and soliciting a donation. We like to bring before us a push crew chief, a Brother Anthony Muhammad, you know, coming on right here. He's right behind me. What's up?
I'm like Brother Anthony.
Okay.
Yes,
there you go.
Assalamu alaikum. And you know, I have to say, Sister Charlene, he made reference to that I did run for office, and you know what, Sister Charlene,
we got all kinds.
Sister Charlene was the one who did my bio, made me look so good
in
my novice state, and that bio went all over the city.
Wow, call me for your bio.
Yes,
Come on.
I forgot I do bios.
You
Okay.
did. Yes, you did.
Praise be to Allah.
And I would have to say that the Final Call newspaper has always been a great tool. It woke me up. The Final Call newspaper woke me up in the streets of Compton.
Come on.
Turning them corners. The brothers would see me on the corner, put a paper in my car, and my method is hand-to-hand combat.
That's right.
Come on.
I got to take it directly to a person. Put it in their hand.
Go ahead.
As our first officer said, it doesn't matter who it is. Everybody got to get one.
Everybody can get that.
And this is, as Brother Willie was saying, this is our way of waging war. It's changing the hearts and minds of our people.
That's right.
So I take this Final Call newspaper very seriously.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I did have one quote that I wanted to from my FOI manual.
Okay.
Our FOI manual says, strategy without tactics is a slow path to victory. But tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. So let's understand that we have to strategize and use the tactics, which is the spirit of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, what he is giving to us, that knowledge, that wisdom, and we use that as a tactic for our people.
Come on.
Let me pass it on to the next brother.
Wait a minute, we got some superstars that just walked in the house. Where y'all been, man?
Well, we here.
Come on, Brother
Push
Arthur.
through roll deep. Come on now, Brother Arthur.
Right.
The true angel. We up in here.
Okay, there they go, Brother Arthur. I don't see Brother Arthur. Brother Arthur is here. Brother
He's there.
Arthur. Brother Reza Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Carry it on, Brother James. Let's do 2 minutes, everybody, because Sister gave me.
Well, let's get on. Next, we're gonna bring up Brother Brandon right here. He controls our Facebook page.
This is the teacher. Right
This is our tech guru right here. This is the teacher. He's updated. He's gonna tell you whether you got accepted on Push Crew Official or not. So this is our man. He designed that fabulous sweatshirt you're wearing right now. So let's bring him up. Our Brother Brandon next. That's putting it down for the team.
This is it. Assalamu alaikum. Go ahead, Brother Brandon.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
I don't want to say much. I just want to say that it's just a complete honor to be a part of a new revolution. Come on. As well as being out on the corner actually touching the people. I was honored to be out 2 nights ago with my training captain Will and my first officer at the Hollywood Bowl.
Come on, tell them what we did. Reggae Fest.
Third Eye.
We were high off these teachings, sister.
Come on. Baca Pyramid, Daniel Marley.
We were out spreading truth, at 2 a.m. And let me tell you, all the people that we came in contact with, they loved this truth.
Come on, they
right?
love it. They love it.
They just did. So I don't want to say much. I just wanted to say I love the people, and I love pushing this Final Call newspaper, and it's not difficult. Just go out in the street and be found keeping your duty. Your duty is to tell everybody this truth that woke you up.
Come on, man up. Man up. That's it, man up. Come on, Brother Mike.
Okay, who's next?
Brother Mike in the building. Now, he paid for 4 issues in advance. He's not playing with this Final Call.
Come on.
He got a stockpile Final Call. We mean this out here.
Come on.
We mean this like this.
Go ahead.
They took our leader off of Facebook. Come on, we ain't playing Instagram.
I got my Muhammad in the Bay, and the twin my brother first officer always be on me because I remember when he first walked through the door about me being from the Bay. So we listen to stuff like Sugar Free. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Come on.
That's what I go ahead and do and pay my bill in advance.
Come on.
And the thing is when I get out here, something that the captain sent me, it says, heaven ain't a place for rest. It's a place for work.
Push the
And I want to maintain my heaven. And it helps me maintain my peace. So I thank God for it. And I thank God for the men I get to stand next to. Like I have damn near water in my eyes. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't soft. But I have water in my eyes getting to stand next to my brothers. Because seeing brothers like these who are pillars to me and been in this work. And I get to raise children with him, see them get older, bury parents and all kind of stuff. You feel me? It builds a bond, brother. And when you out there in the field and you working, see, what'll stop you from running on your brother when they pull the pistols, because it gets serious out there, is when you out there working with him. If you ain't working and putting in no work, taking no duty, I got to roll with my sister. That's why I love this sister.
Liberated sister.
This sister was teaching me one time, and she said, she was so humble, Brother Micah, I don't want to sound. I said, sister, you could teach me. The woman is the first teacher of the black man. I got to be a part of history because I got to roll with the final call with this sister to the Nipsey Hussle trials and stuff like that. This sister blessed me to walk with her through that. Thank you, God. Thank you, Allah.
Brother Micah, push crew soldier. Come on, another.
Hey, well, that's right. Okay, go ahead.
Another push crew soldier up in here, the owner of SLM Car Lot. Making sure all the brothers have their vehicles. To get out there and push, because you got to have a vehicle to push. So I need a Bentley now. Come on, Brother Mike. Here he is right here. Mike Shabazz definitely in the building.
Red one. We got 2 minutes, y'all. Oh my God.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
I just want to say real quick that when you're sitting at home and you don't want to push, think about if that brother or sister took that day off when they gave you the final call and they didn't do their job and they wasn't with the push crew and doing their job. So just remember that when you out there being a little lackadaisical or lazy or whatever, go get it and be a part of this push crew official all day long.
Come on, Brother John. Brother John, say a couple of words. Give it up, Brother John, for the push crew.
That's right. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Real quick. We're going to get
Brother John.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all I can say is I'm thankful. I don't do enough work for the Nation of Islam, but I was born to hear the voice of Farrakhan.
Come on.
All right.
That's what makes us all push. Go ahead. Come on.
Brother Reason, step for that mic right there. I'm sorry we're on the rush now.
We're in a rush. Come on, Brother Reason.
Listen, real quick, I'm going to just say this to you. The push crew is where you need to be at, period. Real soldiers with the blacktop.
Come on,
Come on, man. Speak to the blacktop. Forget the Instagram world. Damn it, we on the blacktop all day.
All day long. What age of Arthur at? Come on, Brother Arthur.
All praise is due to Allah.
Come on, that's Arthur right there.
Final call since 1980.
Come on.
Our big brother, we love him too.
I'm coming down that road, but these brothers got me going. Matter of fact, I got to go to the airport now and pick up the final calls now.
Come on, go get it. Go get it, push through. Come on. Shout out to Nature's V -com. Nature's V. Shout out to naturesv.com.
What was the website for today?
Nature's with an S -v.com. The brother sitting on the cure of AIDS. The cure for herpes. And the push crew, that's how we move. We Nature's V-V.com.
Thank you.
Come on, we cleared it up. Push crew official in the building.
Thank you for my gift. Thank you,
Charlene, Liberated sister. Come on.
Thank you, Sister Felicia.
Abdul Malik. We love